There we go. We are live on YouTube, live on Twitter, live on YouTube mobile, and live on TikTok. We're going to get started, guys. Go ahead and drop whatever games y'all want to discuss. If y'all want to start with the early games, there are some noon games that are getting ready to kick off. We can start there. How was your Friday, guys? Those are just bad beats, man. You got to just shake it off for sure. All right, guys, we're about to get started. Drop whatever game y'all want to discuss, and we're going right into it. Let's get it. All right, guys, we're getting started. Let's get to it, man. Oklahoma versus Ole Miss. We could start there. I've seen a few people asking for that. Memphis versus South. Memphis sold last night. Memphis Grizzlies. South Carolina, Memphis. Vandy wins. Good morning, Murder. How you doing, brother? Hope you're having a good day, man. Who we rocking with today? That's what we're here to cook up, guys. Myra, what's up? How are you? Hope you're having a great day. Hope the girls are doing great. Hit the follow button, guys. If it's your first time here, hit the follow button. We're about to cook it up. Let's go. Looks like a lot of people are asking for the early game real quick. Let's talk about Ole Miss versus Oklahoma. 12 noon kickoff here between number 8 Ole Miss, number 13 Oklahoma. Give me red for Ole Miss. Red for Ole Miss, blue for Oklahoma. What side are you on today? This number is 4.5 in favor of Oklahoma at home. Oklahoma's favored by 4.5 at home against Ole Miss. Who are you taking? Red for Ole Miss, blue for Oklahoma. Hit the follow button, guys, if it's your first time here. We cook it up, man. Whether these end up being wins or losses, man, at the end of the day, I'm just giving you guys information. You guys could do what you want with it. I would assume that that most of these end up being W's, man. I had a annoying day yesterday just with two bad beats on the card with Charlotte and Cal. But I know I'm still coming out here and giving you guys good information. I told you guys I was on the wrong side of all the sides, but then the totals, I told you guys all the overs yesterday. I told you the World Series game over. Cal definitely went over because it was in overtime. And then Charlotte was definitely over because Charlotte just gave up in the second half. So all three of those games definitely went over. I was on all the sides, but it is what it is. Let's talk about Ole Miss versus Oklahoma. This line is set at 4.5 in favor of Oklahoma at home. The public is on Ole Miss here. 62% backing Ole Miss after that game against Georgia. And that was a game really where Georgia, they had control of that game. They had control late in that game. That was a game where I just felt like the ball was going to bounce my way. I was on Georgia minus 6.5, I think, minus 6.5 last week. So it was just not sustainable, everything that Ole Miss was doing. They have a great offense. They definitely do. But for Trinidad Chambliss, who he entered the season being the backup as well. He wasn't even the starter on day one. It was just unsustainable for them to go touchdown every single drive. Like, eventually they were going to have to punt, and they did in the fourth quarter, and Georgia snuck back in and won that game. So from a spot perspective, guys, when you lose a game like that, like the game that you lost against Georgia, when you had it in your hands, it's hard to come back the very next week with no time off. It's hard to come back, let alone back-to-back road games, let alone back-to-back SEC games. It's a tough spot to come back after a game like that. And the saying is losing the same game twice, right? If you're still upset, you're still down on losing to Georgia the way you lost, how do you get up against Oklahoma? And Oklahoma is ready for you. They cruised last week against South Carolina. So from a scheduling spot, perspective, it looks like Oklahoma is the move here. Let's talk about what these teams want to do. Ole Miss, they want to run the ball. They established the run, even though last week they didn't. They could have ran on Georgia, but they didn't. But for the most part, their mo is running the ball. Yeah, good luck doing that against Oklahoma. In fact, their defense is elite against both the pass and the run. You're not going to run on them. You're not going to pass on them. If you're lucky enough to get to the red zone, they've only given up 11 red zone attempts so far this season. Good luck getting in the end zone. They've only allowed 4 touchdowns. This Oklahoma defense is elite. In fact, if you didn't know, Oklahoma to the over is 0-7. So all the games have gone under, and it's because of this defense. And it's going under by a mile. It's going under by 11 points. It's because this Oklahoma defense is legit. You have John Mateer back in the lineup. He came back this is his 3rd week back now. I think he gets his feet under him a little bit here. I think the offense looks better. And like I said, this Oklahoma defense is legit. And this spot favors Oklahoma. It does not favor Ole Miss. I think the right side here is to lay the points with Oklahoma. Let me see what you guys said real quick. You guys are leaning Ole Miss. They're catching 4.5 points. Am I going to talk you off of it? No, I don't have any action on this game. I think Oklahoma's the right side, though. Let me see what you guys are saying. Do you like the game to go under? Let's see. I don't have. Let me see. Do I have my notes on the over-unders today? Give me 1 second. Let me answer that question for you real quick, guys. You already know, though, with Oklahoma's defense, it's hard to really take an over. Oklahoma's defense has been legit since last year. I was taking a lot of overs with them last year, and I've taken a few unders. I was taking a few unders with them last year and this year. Would this game go over under? Looks like it's actually set up to be an over. Finally an over. Simply because the market has moved this thing from 51 to 52.5, but the public is on the under. So there's a path there maybe for the over. Actually, yeah, if you look at it, these guys move at a real fast pace. Ole Miss moving at the 10th fastest pace in the country. Oklahoma moving at the 44th. So even though Oklahoma has a defense and these games tend to go under, they're starting to move at a fast pace here, and they're matched up with an Ole Miss that is just running and gunning the whole time. I was on the over for the Jays game and the Jays ML. Congrats, brother. You got both of those, man. Nice job, man. LSU, what's up, man? What are your picks? That's what we're discussing right now. We're cooking up every single game. Let's go, guys. What game is next? Somebody drop another game. Give me one play and I'll go all in. I will have my top plays in the Discord. Link is in bio if you want my top plays, man. What game is next, guys? So Ole Miss with the points, still valid. I made the argument for Oklahoma, brother, but do what you got to do. Derek says, do you have a free play? Yes, I will have a free play posted in the Discord today. Link is in bio. I might make a video for it here on TikTok. I bring only select free plays here on TikTok on the videos, but the majority of my free plays are in the Discord. Link is in bio. What game is next? LSU. Okay. Y'all want to talk about LSU? Let's go to LSU real quick. LSU and Texas A&M. Let's put up a poll for this one real quick. Give me red for Texas A&M. Give me blue for LSU. What side are you on today? Red for Texas A&M, blue for LSU. There are good games on this slate, man. This is a good Saturday slate. Saturday is when Saturday's the one of the most important days of the week, guys. Saturday and Sunday, man. This is when we cook. Let's get it, guys. We've had a successful college football season so far, NFL season so far. This week hasn't gone our way. It happens sometimes when you have to back some teams like Charlotte and Cal. We're messing with the grown kids today, man. Those little kids didn't know how to act this week. It's all good, man. We're gonna bounce back. We're gonna get it today, guys. Saturday and Sunday, man. This is when the bills get paid. Let's talk about Texas A&M versus LSU. Texas A&M is favored by 2.5 at home. Texas is favored by 2.5 on the road at LSU. The 7-0 Texas A&M Aggies are favored by 2.5. Small number there, considering that they're ranked number 3 in the country, and 7-0 on the season is their record. Guys, Texas A&M is coming off of a thriller. They escaped Arkansas with a win by the skin of their teeth last week. They won that game 45-42 as a 7.5 point favorite. Arkansas was doing what they wanted on offense against the Aggies. Both of these teams are going into a bye week, so you guys know I usually like to play a team going into a bye week, but that doesn't apply here. Both of these teams are going into a bye week. LSU, meanwhile, they are coming off of their second loss of the season, a tough loss against Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt had control of that game, but LSU, I mean, they didn't really put them away either. We were on Vanderbilt in that game, so we definitely felt good about backing Diego Pavia in that game last week. But yeah, LSU picked up their second loss of the season, and at this point, everybody is, the chatter is that Brian Kelly is pitching for his job at this point. Brian Kelly now in his fourth or fifth year, and just the pressure's on definitely to deliver today. And here's my problem with LSU. They refuse to run the ball. They don't run the ball. When they do it, they don't do it very well. And that is the key to success against Texas A&M. Texas A&M's pass defense is good, but their run defense is definitely susceptible. They've definitely been leaking, especially to the big play on the ground. LSU got to learn. They have to learn to run the ball and not trust and not have to put the ball in Garrett Nussmeier's hands so much. Nussmeier's not bad. He's definitely not bad. He's definitely a good quarterback. But just too much is relied on him when you're throwing the ball this much. You're top 10 in pass frequency. That's not going to get it done. The path to success is run the ball against this Texas A&M team. This one is this was more of a play on the LSU defense. I do trust the LSU defense. They've kept them in the game even when the offense has been so pathetic. This is one where you look at this number and you say, why is Texas A&M only favored by 2.5 points? This is a small number here for a number 3 team. Yes, this is still LSU. This is LSU at night, guys. It's not easy to go into LSU to Death Valley and pick up a win there in a night game. They are 4-0. They haven't lost this season. I believe their winning streak goes back way further than that as well. Texas A&M, they're just riding high. They've won their first 7 games of the season. LSU got a taste of defeat last week in a tough game against Vanderbilt. I think this is a bounce back spot here for LSU. Give me the Tigers tonight. Let me see what you guys are saying. South Florida, we're going to talk about that game. Do I have South Florida on my bingo card? I don't. Yes, I do. We'll talk about that game. That one's about to start. Vegas says small spread, but rare for people to go into Death Valley and be favored by a lot. Aggies by a milli. Haven't seen a single soul on BYU. We're going to talk about that game. That one is real interesting. But yeah, about the small spread, yes, it's definitely you definitely have some points here. LSU getting some points here simply because they're playing at night in Death Valley. That's definitely worth a good amount here. But you still gotta zoom out, take a step back, and look at this is a 7-0 undefeated team, and all they have to do is win by a field goal. Arkansas had their way with them, right? So if that Arkansas offense could have their way, I would expect LSU to have some success as well. It's about to start. I got you, brother. My bad, man. Let's talk about South Florida versus Memphis. This is a game that's going here at 12 noon, guys. Let's go. Give me red for South Florida. Give me blue for Memphis. What side are you on today? 12 kickoff here. This game starts in 10 minutes, maybe 15. I think they give you an extra 5 or 10 minutes. Red for South Florida, blue for Memphis. South Florida is on the road. They are favored by 4 points on the road at Memphis. This is number 18 ranked USF. Okay, USF, they picked up a win last week. They picked up a win last week against Florida Atlantic, crushed them, cruised them. They were a 20-point favorite, won easily. Meanwhile, Memphis. I made a video last week where I was telling you they were in a look-ahead spot to this spot. This spot here was a major look-ahead spot for them against number 18 USF this week. So last week, they overlooked UAB as a 24-point favorite. As a 24-point favorite, they won outright. That was a 12-1, 13-1 outright win there for UAB. Let's talk about this one, guys. In terms of the spot, you have USF. You have good things for both sides. USF is heading into their bye week. We're not going to see them until November 6th against UTSA. Okay, so they're heading into their bye week. So you guys know I like to play a team heading into the bye week. On the other side, you could look at the Memphis loss last week one of two ways. You could look at it as you were looking ahead, and if you were looking ahead, which you obviously were, it's for a reason, right? You were focused. Your players, your coaches, everybody was looking ahead to this week, and it's usually for a reason, right? Or you could look at it as you got rocked, and it's hard to get up off of the mat. I am leaning more towards you were looking ahead. It make it worth it at this point. Let's talk about the path to success, guys. Both of these teams want to run the ball. They want to establish the run, and they both have pretty good run defenses as well. So you're not going to have a ton of success there. When you're looking at the offense to offense, these teams are literally copy and paste of each other. Here. There really isn't an edge either way. The quarterback play, you definitely trust Byron Brown a little bit more. But the Memphis quarterback, not that far off either, though. So the only really big discrepancy I'm seeing here is that Memphis, when they do run the ball, they run it with success. So even though you're not going to have a ton of success against either of these run defenses, when Memphis runs the ball, they do it at a much higher success rate. When they get to the red zone, they score touchdowns too. They are 23 for 28 on red zone attempts so far this year. And on the defensive side, even though overall the defenses look pretty even, they don't give up a whole lot of red zone attempts. So they don't let teams march down the field on them. And then when they do get in the red zone, they don't score touchdowns either. Their opponents are 10 for 18 in the red zone. I think this is a spot here for Memphis, man. I think this is a spot here for Memphis. I don't love it because South Florida, again, heading into their bye week. But if you were looking ahead, and you clearly were, you better make it count. I think you make it count here. I think the right side is Memphis. Let me see what you guys ended up saying. You guys are tied on this one, man. Make sure you guys are casting your votes. Let me check on YouTube. Let me see what YouTube is saying, man. Nothing on there. Guys, YouTube is dead. Come on, act alive, man. Act alive. Let's go. Memphis has played some mediocre opponents. I trust USF. When you're talking about strength of schedule, yes. It is bright red. Yeah, Memphis is ranked 92 in terms of strength of schedule. USF is ranked 40th. So yes, it is a major discrepancy. Yes, I do give you props for that, man. That's a bright red number there that should have popped out of the screen at me. Memphis has definitely not been challenged. So when I look at the numbers and they look pretty similar, the way they do, like I told you, this looked like a pretty even matchup. The numbers for Memphis should really look way, way better. They should look really way better given the strength of opponents that they've played. So because of that, I think that makes me probably more lean towards just pass on this game completely. That would make me towards that would lean me towards pass a little bit more than Memphis, but it would still be Memphis. It's not a complete deal breaker for me, but you're right. Yes, the numbers should be way better if your quality of opponents have been so weak. Good point there, brother. Kansas is the next game y'all want to talk about. What game is next, guys? Only lost to Miami, beating North Texas away and the Gators away. Boise State. You are talking about South Florida. Yep, coming off of that beating against Florida Atlantic, and they had their wins early in the season. They've definitely been challenged a little bit more. That game against North Texas too, that was a tough spot for them, and they definitely overcame it. I remember that game. It was on prime time. Strength of schedule means USF. Yes, absolutely. It's 40 to 92. That's a pretty big discrepancy there. Memphis quarterback is playing. Yep, it's confirmed. All right, guys. What game is next? Guys? Kansas. All right, y'all leaving me no choice. I don't think I have Kansas on. Yeah, I don't have Kansas. On Saturdays I usually stick to top 25 guys, but let me at least give you an idea of what way I would go in that game. That game's about to start here, too. It's Kansas State on the road at Kansas. Let me give you a quick look, man. Just because you guys are out here shooting in the gym with me every single day. I appreciate it. This line has stayed 3.5 all week. Let's talk about this one. Just give me a quick bird's eye view at this, man. You have Kansas coming off of a butt whooping against Texas Tech. They got their butts whooped completely. They play again on November 1st, so no bye week there. You do have similar strength of schedule, similar ranking so far, but you have a offense for Kansas that's just much better. Their passing game there with Jalen Daniels, he's ranked 10th in terms of passer rating. He's averaging 9.1 yards per dropback, so really good numbers there. The defense, though, can the defense really be trusted here? The weakness for the Kansas defense is their running attack, their running defense. Kansas State doesn't run the ball. They don't stick to the run, and when they do it, they don't really do it with a whole lot of success. These head coaches are about the same here. It's and the Kansas State, when they play, so their defense overall, I had questions about their defense, but at home their defense plays much better. It looks like they've been getting rocked at on the road a little bit more. Looks like it will be Kansas for me at home. Kansas at home, laying the points. Got crushed last week. Probably looking ahead to this game. Of course, you shouldn't look ahead against Texas Tech, but this is a huge interstate rivalry here between Kansas and Kansas State. Give me the real Kansas. It would be Kansas at home for me, laying the points. LSU ain't winning. We talked about that game already, man. I have my questions. LSU needs to run the ball. They need to get the ball out of Garrett Nussmeier's hands and not make him drop back 40, 50 times a game. You got to be able to run against this A&M team, and I think the MO is there. I think the path to success is there at home. In Baton Rouge and in Death Valley at night, that home crowd is going to be crazy. It's going to be going nuts tonight on prime time. I think the right way to play it is LSU. We talked about Ole Miss and Oklahoma. I'm leaning Oklahoma there. I think Oklahoma's the right spot. I don't have anything on it, though. Guys, hit the follow button if it's your first time here. Hit the follow button if it's your first time here. Young Gabe, missing their best defensive player. Yeah, Weeks is out. But I've told you guys several times, man. Try not to overreact to when key players are missing. Try not to overreact to that, because that's what a lot of the public is doing. It usually could be a little bit of a play on situation because the rest of the team can rally and get it going, guys. What game is next, guys? Somebody drop another game. Let's keep it going. It's almost noon kickoff here, man. So I don't have anything on these early games. I'm gonna have action later today, guys. All my games start in the afternoon after 3 p.m. Eastern time, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. So if you guys want to get on board, link is in bio. Appreciate the double taps, guys, and link is in bio if you guys want to join. I had to take my ass to bed yesterday. I stayed up studying pretty late, but then I had to take it was just a punch in the gut yesterday with Charlotte, man. Had Charlotte catching 25.5 points. They were almost, I knew they weren't going to win, but they were almost threatening to win that game outright. They ended up not even covering 26 points, bro. Somebody in the Discord even teased it. Yo, shout out whoever teased it. I'm sorry, bro. They couldn't even cover 33 points. That is crazy, bro. That is crazy. Tell me how Cal was catching 7 points. They were up by 10 in the second half, and they can't cover 7 points. I'm in overtime. We're in overtime catching 7 points, and 7 points is still not enough. Interesting, guys. Hit the follow button if it's your first time here. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is about, man. You got to shake those off. You got to shake those off and come back the next day. That's all it is, man. My man, King Vega, was that you, brother? I can't believe Charlotte couldn't cover my teaser, bro. That's crazy. My favorite pick, my favorite plays drop in the Discord. Link is in bio if you want my top plays every single day. I will give you one for free. Link is in bio if you want my free play every single day. I might make a video for it today. I might make a video for one of my free plays today, but if you want all of my free plays, they drop in the Discord. Link is in bio. Somebody drop another game. Let's go. You sharp. Thank you, gang. I think, bro, the way you look at these games, the way you have to take all this information and interpret it, right? I think it's a winning formula. It's a winning formula long term, guys. Right? Even though this week the public ate this week with NFL, man, or on Sunday, they ate this last week. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable to just come out here and just be a square every single day. I think long term, it's. I think that's why a lot of people ride with me. I think that's why the Discord has freaking quadrupled in size. I'm just putting in the work every single day, man. I appreciate that you guys are seeing it through, though. No good games early. Exactly, man. So we got some really good games late, and that's where I'm attacking. Pittsburgh, I don't have anything for Pittsburgh, brother. I stick to top 25 teams. That's where I find these teams to be a little bit more predictable. Let's talk about this game real quick. Vanderbilt, yeah, my man. Jim Dad says, "What do you think about Vanderbilt in Missouri?" Let's talk about this one, man. We've been yapping a lot. Let's talk about BYU. Sorry, not BYU. Missouri versus Vanderbilt. Give me red for Mizzou. Give me blue for Vanderbilt. What side are you on today? Just tap the emoji here. Tap red or blue. Red for Missouri, blue for Vanderbilt. What side are you on today, guys, between Missouri and Vanderbilt? So take a sip of water real quick, man. Cast your votes, guys. Cast your votes. Red for Missouri, blue for Vanderbilt. Let's talk about this one real quick. Vanderbilt, they opened up favored at home by 2.5. They are up to -3 at home here against Missouri. This is one of the most public plays today. 70% of the public is on Vanderbilt, so we keep that in mind. That's not obviously that's just a factor, guys. That's just a factor. That's not the end all be all. Let's talk about the spot. Vanderbilt coming off of that huge win against LSU. That was a huge win. Vanderbilt had not been favored against an SEC opponent in 70 years or something. It was crazy how much. That was a huge win. I honestly thought they would even storm the field, and they didn't. I don't think they let them. But yeah, that was a huge win against LSU. And look who you have on deck. You got Texas. You got the Longhorns on deck. So this is a hell of a sandwich spot. I know it's hard to look past Missouri. You really shouldn't because they're really good, but. This spot doesn't get worse for Vanderbilt. You are sandwiched between 3 monster games, really. You came off the Alabama game, then you faced LSU, and now you got Texas on deck. That is literally the cornerstone, the top teams, not just in the SEC, the top teams in the country. So you have this game here sandwiched between all of those games against Missouri. So that's a tough spot there for Vanderbilt to be in. Meanwhile, Missouri, they're coming off of a game where I was on the wrong side of this. I was on Auburn, and even though Auburn had a kicker that was missing a large intestine, and even though they had Jackson Arnold just not being smart with the ball, and Auburn just continuing to shoot themselves in the foot and not knowing who they are, they have an identity crisis. Despite all of that. Auburn was, I thought, the right side last week, but Missouri went into there and overcame all of that, and I think that's props to Missouri, and you really got to give credit to this defense, especially this defense has been really good. It travels really well as well on the road. Their road defense traveled really well in their first road game last week. In terms of offense, guys, these offenses are both very similar. They're both very capable of scoring points. Missouri wants to run the ball. They are 9th in terms of run frequency. Vanderbilt, they rely way too much on Diego Pavia, and all they want to do is throw the ball. Well, that's the strength of the Missouri defense, man. They're pretty good against the pass. So good luck trying to get that, guys. I think this is a spot where I forgot to mention Missouri's heading into their bye week. They're heading into their bye week, so they have the next 14 days until they play another game, and I think that's a situation that I really like. That's a situation where you can leave it all out on the table. You can leave it all out on the table here against Vanderbilt today. Vanderbilt in the sandwich of all sandwiches, man. This is a very tough game against the 3 freaking pillars of college football. You're sandwiched between Texas, LSU, and Alabama. That is tough. Everybody that was on LSU last week, and that was a lot of people. They're all switching sides and taking Vanderbilt today. That's why Vanderbilt is one of the most public plays. I think the right way to play this is Missouri, guys. Give me the Tigers. Let me see what you guys said. Didn't really vote, man. You guys are not. Not giving me a whole lot of votes here, man. Come on, guys. This only works if you guys are voting too, man. Give me your opinion on whatever y'all have for these games, and we keep it going, man. Virginia's winning today. I hope they win. They're 10.5 point favorites, man. Swift or Kamara, my man is talking NFL fantasy, brother. We are locked in on college football, man. We got bills to pay today, man. Too much money on Vanderbilt, and they're only 140. They are bait. I hear you. I hear you on that. Yep, I just talked about how Vanderbilt is one of the most public plays today for sure. Coatings is also feeling Missouri. If I hit today off trial, you are my mama, I'm going to pull up. I don't know what that means, brother. I don't know what that means. Iowa versus Minnesota. I have some notes on that game, but not too much. What game is that, guys? Somebody drop another game. Let me know if that's what game I want to talk about. Bet Savage, Bait Savage says Oklahoma -5. We talked about that game. I think Oklahoma is the right side there. It's tough for Ole Miss to go back-to-back road games and put another huge performance up, especially not against this defense. That's tough, guys. BYU versus Iowa State. Iowa State. Let's talk about that game, man. That's a good one. Give me blue. Give me blue for BYU. Give me red for Iowa State. Guys, you guys got to cast your votes, man. Otherwise, this is the last game, guys. I'm not going to sit on here and just talk to myself. Technically, that's what I'm doing, I guess. But come on, man. Don't make it feel like I'm just sitting here talking to myself. Give me blue for BYU. Give me red for Iowa State. This is Iowa State favored by 2.5 in this game. At home, favored against BYU, ranked 11 in the country. Blue for BYU. Red for Iowa State. What side are you on today? This is a 3:30 hell of a game here, man. I posted a video this week previewing this game, and I think I triggered the BYU community, bro. All of them came for me, bro. All the BYU fans and students and alumni, all of them came for me, man. Talk about, hey, man, how are you going to say that about my team? My team is 7-0 in the country. Let's talk about this one real quick. Number 11, BYU is on the road at Iowa State. This line is Iowa State favored by 2.5. It did go up to 3 during the week. It looks like it bounced around a little bit, but it's back down to 2.5. In terms of the spot, guys, Iowa State is coming off of not just one, but 2 losses in a row. They lost against Cincinnati in a tough spot. That was a tough spot for them. And then last week, they lost against Colorado. Sorry, that was not last week. That was 2 weeks ago. Because last week, they had a bye week. They're coming off of their bye week. And people tell you, hey, play on the teams coming out of their bye week. No. You don't just play blindly on the teams coming out of the bye week, but you do play on the teams that are coming off of their bye week that went into it on a losing note. Iowa State is the definition of that. They won their first 5 games of the season before losing their last 2. Like I mentioned, in tough spots there against Colorado. Against Colorado and Cincinnati. Those were really tough spots for them, and they lost both of those games and head into their bye week. I like a team that went into their bye week on a losing note. You have a lot to focus. You have a lot to work on. You're not celebrating. You're probably not going to Cancun. You are focused and you're locked in on your next opponent, and you have 2 weeks to prep against your next opponent. That opponent is still undefeated and is BYU. You are focused on bouncing back. Meanwhile, BYU is coming off of the Holy War. They're coming off of the game against their rival Utah in a game that they won outright as a dog. They won as a 4.5-point dog outright. A hell of a battle, hell of a physical game against Utah. And the week before that, they were in a battle in overtime against Arizona too. So keep that in mind, guys. The BYU coming off of back-to-back tough games. You're starting to see the true freshman quarterback be challenged a little bit here, definitely being challenged. So you do got to take note that BYU is heading into their bye week. So again, a situation where BYU could leave it all out on the table here. So keep that in mind, guys. In terms of run frequency, both of these teams want to run the ball, and both of these teams are kind of average at defending the run. So neither team is really going to have an edge there in the run game. It's the passing game where are you going to trust junior quarterback Rocco Beck, or are you going to trust Bear Backenmeyer, or however you say his name? If you didn't know, Bear is a true freshman. He's a true freshman. I know he's not playing like one, but at the end of the day, he is a true freshman. He doesn't really have the experience. And again, if you're not going to have a run game, which you want to run the ball, and BYU runs it really well, you're not going to have a ton of success against either one of these run defenses. So it's really going to come down to the quarterbacks. I like Iowa State coming off of 2 straight losses and then hitting their bye week. BYU coming off of their Super Bowl, coming off of 2 back-to-back games where they've been tested. I think this is a tough spot for them to head into Iowa State. And you always got to take a step back and look at it. And you're telling me BYU is undefeated. They're 7-0, and they're plus money. They're plus money. You could catch 3 points, 2.5 points with BYU. That if that smells fishy, it should. I think the right side is Iowa State, guys. Delgado, that I just spent the last 3-4 minutes breaking that down, brother. Yes, I think the right way to play it is Iowa State. What are we feeling about Ole Miss? We talked about that game. I don't have anything on it, but I think Oklahoma is the right way to play it. Baylor or Cincinnati, that's a good one. We can talk about it. Iowa State not stopping BYU's run game or pass game. I would beg to differ on the run game. I know a lot of people are looking at the last 2 games and saying Iowa State can't run the ball. I've been told their defense is terrible against the run. It's not terrible. It's middle of the pack. BYU's defense is also middle of the pack. So the way to beat Iowa State is through the air. Their pass defense is a little bit worse, not that much worse, but I've heard that criticism about the run D. You really got to zoom out and look at big picture. It's really not that bad. Starting freshman quarterback, Iowa State. Iowa State is trash. So you just made the argument for Iowa State, but then said Iowa State is trash. I don't get it, brother. My fault. Give me Iowa State. All good, brother. Walter White says take BYU. I get it, brother. I get it. The start couldn't have been any better for BYU here, man. Here's another thing I gotta say. So BYU does scare me a little bit because they're listed as a dog here, guys. BYU since 2024, when they're listed as a dog, they are 6-1 against the number. They are 6-1 against the number. So when they're dogs, they completely just prove the doubters wrong. So definitely something to take note there. BYU as a dog is tough. BYU heading into their bye week is tough. But I think the spot for Iowa State is better coming off of the 2 losses and the bye week. Does Alabama beat North Carolina? They don't play they play South Carolina. We can talk about that game though. That's a good one. Let's talk about that one real quick, guys, and then we're gonna probably get off of here now. We are talking about Alabama on the road at South Carolina here, going on at 3:30 Eastern time. Let's talk about this one real quick, guys. This one's interesting. Give me red for Alabama. Give me blue for South Carolina. No, you're good, brother. Red for Alabama, blue for South Carolina. I already knew you don't. Nobody wants to talk North Carolina football these days, man. It's Bill Belichick. It's tough. South Carolina though, with Lenore Sellers there. Give me red for Alabama. Give me blue for South Carolina. Red for Alabama. Blue for South Carolina. This line opened up 13.5. Alabama favored by 13.5. This thing is down to 11.5. But 65% of the public is on Alabama, but the line is moving in favor of South Carolina. Interesting. Sketchy. Let's talk about this one real quick. What do these teams want to do? They're pretty balanced. Neither Alabama, probably more pass happy, but these teams are pretty balanced. When it comes to the passing game, though, man, this is the tale of 2 different quarterbacks. Ty Simpson, he's balling. He's ranked 6 in terms of passer rating in the country. He's completing 70% of his passes. It looks great for Alabama. Lenore Sellers, man, he's been selling this year, man. That's for sure. He's ranked 84th in terms of passer rating, not having his great season. And then he has no run support. This team does not even try to run the ball. And they don't have success at it when they do run the ball. On the defensive side, though, this is a little bit more even, okay? This is a little bit more even than people think. In fact, the edge probably goes to South Carolina's defense at home here. They definitely play a little bit better at home anyways. But it's Alabama's run defense that's the worst of the units here on the defensive side. Their nose tackles and their linebackers, they're not doing a good job. They're giving up almost 6 yards per carry on the ground. Again, South Alabama doesn't run the ball, and they don't have a lot of success. But if they do, if they're going to have any success, it will be against Alabama's run defense. You got to give Lenora Sellers some help here. South Alabama is coming off of a game where they just got completely whooped by Oklahoma. They were not in that game as a 4.5-point dog. They completely got wrecked. Coming off of 2 straight losses now, the season pretty much lost at this point. I think this is a spot for South Alabama to put up a good effort, have some pride, play better, play good defense, play decent defense, which you've been doing so far this year. And Alabama probably not so much focused on this game. They're coming off of a big game against Tennessee, but the game on deck is the most important. It's against LSU. They play LSU in their next game. Now, that game is not for 2 weeks. They have a bye week first. But, again, that game against LSU, much more important than this game against South Carolina. I think this is a lot of points here. It would be South Carolina for me. Stan says, I like South Carolina, but really the spreads, I don't think they necessarily get the full upset. 100% I agree with you, brother. I don't know if they get the upset either, but the right way to play it is South Carolina to take the number with South Carolina. Memphis already winning that game. Memphis already winning. I made a video. I told you take a look at Indiana. Indiana's up 7-0. That UCLA fairy tale probably coming into an end today, guys. Pay attention to the videos, man. I try to give you guys good information. Not every video is going to be a free play, but it's going to be full of knowledge, man. I'm giving you guys good information. I hope you guys appreciate it and engage with the videos. That way you can see more of them. All right, guys. I don't have any other requests. Last call. If you have any other games y'all want to discuss, I got a few hours here until kickoff. I'm gonna go through my routine. I'm gonna have some breakfast, man. And I'm going to focus on this bounce back, man. We need a bounce back. Honestly, it's not even a college football bounce back. NFL got me that past week. We bounced back on Thursday with Chargers. But, yeah, overall, these little kids have not been cooperating with me this past week. New Mexico State, they went to overtime. There's a chance for them to tie the game in overtime, but there's a pass interference call, and they pick it up. They pick up the flag. Yesterday, they had a targeting call on against Virginia Tech. They picked it up in overtime. It's weird. It's been a weird week. But yeah, man, the ball's going to bounce our way again. Link is in bio if you guys want to join the squad. It's $80. $80 includes a full month worth of plays, and we're talking everything at this point. College football, NFL, NBA. Last call, guys. Anybody have any other games? Let's go. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We've talked about all the games you guys wanted to talk about. At this point, we talked about Ole Miss, Oklahoma. Talked about the Memphis game. Talked about Alabama, Missouri. We talked LSU. We talked every single game. Guys, I hope you guys have a great day. Have a blessed one. Be nice to each other. Be kind to each other. Remember, this is not me against you. This is us against them. Their buildings are nicer than ours, man. They take advantage of people that have a bad problem with this. Let's get it, man. Let's get it, guys. Have a great Saturday. Play responsibly. And let's get it, man. Let's get it, man. We got some bills to pay. Baby needs some new diapers, right? Let's get it, guys. Hope you guys have a good one. I'll catch you guys in the Discord. Peace.